Another edition of Tech20 Tuesday as we continue our series on AI for ASD-W educators. And as you all know or may not know, ASD or AI is really taking the world of education and the whole world itself by storm. There's all kinds of new developments every day. Yesterday, I heard about a new platform coming out of China that's going to give some of the American-based platforms a big run for their money. So things are really changing, and it's a tool that can be both a blessing and a challenge for educators. And hopefully today we can talk about a little bit about that and give you some ideas about where you can start to leverage AI, both for yourself as an assistant and with your students. So there's some really cool stuff happening there as well. So let's talk a little bit about what's been going on first within our district. So as you may know, AI, as I said, is lots of opportunities, a great personal assistant, assessment tool, personal tutor for students. It can really be a lot of, provide us with a lot of amazing opportunities for students and teachers to really grow. There are a lot of challenges. Of course, there's built-in bias with AI, there's errors in the feedback that it's giving us, and there's also privacy challenges. But as we've gone along, the district and a couple of districts have sort of worked together to come up with 7 platforms that have now been approved. And Anglophone West is one of the districts, so now been approved for use. They're here on the screen. Last week, we looked at Microsoft Copilot, and we also looked a little bit about ChatGPT. But today we're going to delve into a couple of purpose-made platforms, Magic School and School AI. They're very similar in many ways, but they've got some different features. And so we're going to have a look at those as we, with today's session, and to sort of give you an overview. We're not going to get very deep. They are very extensive and can do a lot of stuff. But today we're just going to have a look at some of the basic stuff. Just a couple of reminders that as part of our approved tools, we have some basic guidance. First of all, we're going to ask that you not use personal NBEd emails, but use your personal ones when creating an account on any non-approved web platform. So if you're using the NBEd or any of those 7 platforms, then that's great. Use your NBEd account. But if you're using NBEd accounts on other platforms, and there's a whole plethora of them out there, we're going to ask that you not use your NBEd account. First of all, and also when you're building prompts or uploading content, make sure there's no identifying features in there of both students and yourself, or even our district, and really avoid uploading student work. I know that there's that temptation and feeling that you can upload student work, and it can identify whether or not it's been generated by AI or whether it's been assisted by AI. But honestly, any tool that says they can do that is misleading you, and it doesn't meet our privacy regulations. So please do not upload student work. So just with that in mind, we're going to start with Magic School. So Magic School it's magicschool.ai is the web interface. You can create a free account, and so you'll notice that there are free accounts. And if I scroll down here on the side, you'll notice that mine does say free. I have not paid for the upgrade, but if I wanted to upgrade, it's in here. When I look at Magic School AI, I see primarily it does have Magic Student, and you can build some interfaces for students. But primarily, I see Magic School AI as an assistant tool for teachers, if you will. So when you come into Magic School, you'll see these Magic Schools tools at the top, and that's where I am right now. And it will do lots of really cool stuff, and it's purpose-built for education. So it will develop worksheets and do report card comments and level text. And so there's all kinds of fun stuff, multiple choice quizzes, professional emails. And so there's lots of really cool, easy to use platforms. I can write a song about any topic. So I can come in here and let's just say I'm going to write a song about the Pythagorean theorem. And so we can come in here and go into the debate, and I'm not going to really do this. And then you can put in some details. So it could be about a student or a teacher. Probably not want to write a song about a student, but maybe a class. Certainly you could write a class song and put in some details about some of the things that the class has done in that month. And then you can choose the artist name and song title that would go along with it. And it will generate that content for you, and it will be fun. And it's a great thing to do with students. They certainly like it. There's rubric generators, informational text. Really, there are just so much stuff. If you come in here, the YouTube video questions, if I come in here, I can come in here and go to my grade level. So maybe it's 5th grade. I can make multiple choice or free response. So I'll go multiple choice. The number of questions is 5. And then I come in here and put in my YouTube transcript. And so how do I get a transcript? I just, this will tell me how. So I can't do oh, this has changed. So you can't go in here. So you have to go in and actually get the transcript from YouTube as it's shown. But there's lots of really great tools in here. And these are changing all the time. I did not know that we can't. It used to be you just put in the URL for the web address for the YouTube video, and it would just haul the transcript automatically. But now you've got to come in here and actually pull the transcript out of YouTube. But this link here will show you how to do that. So there's all kinds of stuff in here. Magic tool, again, I see it as really a personal assistant for the teacher. As I said, it will create lots of great stuff in here. And you can just explore what are some of the things that you can do. There's also a chat bot in here. It's called Raina. And Raina is more like a personal, how would you put this? A counselor kind of, what are some of the ways that we can do stuff? So it's really just an instructional coach, as they say here. So if you wanted to, you can come in here and ask them really any question. I can say, I'm a grade 5 teacher and I'm struggling to build, struggling with the different levels that are in my classroom. And I have kids from grade 2 to grade 7 in terms of reading levels. What are some of the tips and tricks that I can use to differentiate my classroom? And so it's more of a conversation that you can have with an instructional coach, and they're a digital one. It would be the same thing as you might do with a school leader or one of the leads. So this is just another place for you to do that. So that's Magic School, and we're going to run through these real quick. But what I want to do now is open up and bring you over to, and I can't keep saying I'm sharing, so I'm just going to pull this down a little bit, and we'll do that. So now I've gone into School AI. So I can sign into School AI and create a free account. And so that's great. You will notice that my account has Pro beside it. So the leads have all been given Pro accounts from School AI. There are currently conversations going on that I hope are fruitful, that all teachers or many teachers in the province will be receive Pro versions of School AI. And so it gives you some more tools to work with. But even the free account does have a lot of stuff. So you'll notice before, with Magic School, they had some other things, but let's just start here with the Assistance tab at the top that you're going to see. So co-teacher, again, this is kind of like what Raina did in Magic School. Lots of great questions, and you can just have a chat with an instructional or a multi-purpose teaching assistant, as they say here, a space designer, AI and education coach, a digital literacy coach, a curriculum coach. So these are more specified than Raina. So each of them will have different tools that will come in and be able to sort of have a conversation with somebody that might be able to help you out, a field trip coordinator. Then over here in the community side, the community tab, you're going to see that there are lots of other courses. And so you can come in here and sort of jump on some of these certified education courses, and they'll walk you through some of the things that you can do with School AI. But I'm going to, I did that again. Come on back here, and we're going to come back to School AI. And I want to come back here to tools. So the tools you're going to find are very similar to the magic tools that are in Magic School. You can build your own worksheets, your multiple choice quiz, text levelers, all kinds of different things and pieces in here. I don't think they have the kinds of my impression is that they don't have the kind of breadth of tools that Magic School does. So as a personal assistant, in terms of developing um, content that you can then use, I would probably lean towards Magic School. But School AI is adding stuff all the time, so they probably don't have as many places, but that's where they're heading. And so I think you can sort of use Magic School or School AI as tools to pretty, I guess, synchronously. But I would probably lean towards Magic School just because they have probably more options for you. Where School AI really is developing, and I think we're hopefully going to find that they sort of run the place, is going to be where students are going to be able to interact with School AI. So you're going to be able to develop, offer, and control, I guess, and monitor student interactions with AI. So the first one here is called Sidekick. So it's going to be their very own AI assistant, but it's designed by you and controlled by AI so that they can't just ask questions about anything. So let's have a quick look at that. So let's say I was, oh, what happened here? Spaces we want to discover. That's what we want to do. And we're going to develop a sidekick. There we go. And so we're going to launch this. Oh, where we go? The share space, add to favorites. That didn't work very well. Wasn't what I expected. So yeah, so what it should do is you'll be able to come in here and actually say, limit it to say if your students are studying mitosis, you would just put in mitosis and they would only be able to ask questions about mitosis. And I'm not sure why it didn't give me that option right away. And it doesn't seem to in here. Oh, required inputs. Oh, there they are up here. Ah, mitosis. I had just gone down the page. So I can put in here mitosis and you could say, students are studying mitosis. Be their tutor. Only answer. Only ask questions. Do not provide direct answers. So now I can launch this. And so what it's going to look like is I can go in here and use this space code. So I can either let them scan this QR code, or I can copy it. And if I go into, and I'm just going to go into an incognito window. So this is what students are going to see. So students will, let's open this up. It's coming slowly. There we go. And so now what students are going to see is they would just put their name in. So I'll just put in Jeff and hit join. And you're going to see that now they've got their own AI tutor. Let's dive into mitosis. What's one thing you already know about how cells divide? I don't know much except that it can happen with any type of cell, I think. So we can then put it in. So it starts with a very broad question. So, and it will continue to be a tutor and to develop knowledge with students by asking questions. And so one of the nice things is that every student's going to get a different experience depending on how they respond. So I put in, I didn't know much. A student that put in, I know this or that or very specific stuff, then the sidekick's going to respond back to them very directly. And so it will develop and have a different conversation with every student depending on what they are actually looking for. So that is the sidekick. It's kind of that first off look at it. The other thing is that you can see here is you can find a space. So there's lots of different spaces, but if I scroll down here, you're going to see some different kinds of spaces. So this being Black History Month, or February being Black History Month, you can see Voices of Change coming in here. Yeah, you can see these learning activity spaces. But I'm just going to find a space and see what's going on. And so it will now prompt me. So immigration has been a big topic both here and south of the border. So I can come in here and grab this one that's already made for me. There's also Halloween escape rooms, haunted mansion tours. So there's all kinds of different stuff. And then there's these Aaron the English tutors and all kinds of other spaces as well. But if you're trying to give writing feedback, for instance, you could come in here and you could get personalized writing feedback created by School AI. So you can come in here and create a space. Let's have a look at one of the other spaces though. We're going to, because I want to really show. Oh, and by the way, there are other bell ringers and exit tickets as well that you can jump on. So there's lots of cool stuff in here. Let's look at this lens of an immigrant. So you can see that through the lens of an immigrant, Ellis Island and the Streets of Gold, and you can tailor this also to come in here. I can click on more options where I can, an audience description. So I could say, my class is grade 5 students in a rural school in New Brunswick. Many of them speak only English, and and I can go in here, do not answer questions directly, only ask questions. So, and now if I launch this, I can preview it, but I'm just going to launch it and I'm going to hit copy, and we're going to go back to my incognito window and I'm going to put it in here, and let's see what it shows up like for students. So I'm going to put Jack in this one, and I'll show you how what you'll see from your end too. There's step in the shoes of European immigrants. So it gives them this. And by the way, it will speak to them as well. So if they click on it.
Welcome to our immersive journey through history. Today, we're going to step into the shoes.
So are you ready to start this adventure and create? They can actually speak as well. So if literacy is an issue, so I'm going to say yes. I'm going to hit the send message, and then it's going to prompt me. So it's going to continue to ask me questions to help me develop my own understanding. And again, every student is going to have a different experience depending on how they interact with the AI. So students who have, some basic background knowledge will be able to progress faster. Some students who need to develop that basic background knowledge will start at maybe a lower entry level in terms of some of the content that they'll be dealing with. So you can see here that it basically becomes a tutor, it goes back and forth, and students can do this any grade level. Honestly, I think you could do this. It really, I just screams high school and middle school, but you could probably even do this with some of your late elementary kids. It's all about their literacy skills, and just the back and forth with the AI. You'll see where their literacy skills are at, and they're going to find that those literacy skills of asking those great questions or are going to be important to them. So you're going to see those stuff. You're going to see here now, I've come back into my role as a teacher. It says Jack is just getting started, but I can come in here and click on Jack, and you're going to see that the conversation is visible to me as a student. And as things happen, you're going to see that this is going to tell me Jack is struggling to understand this or whatever it might be. I'm going to actually go back because I do want to show you one more thing. If I'm a student and I'm getting off track, and I'm just going to ask, what are the best condiments for a hamburger? That has nothing to do with what I have. And so this is going to redirect the students back. It will only allow them to have conversations back or to specifically to the topic that we're talking about for the day. So I'm really kind of excited about school AI, some of the possibilities it lends as a really strong, and I'm going to come back here. Let's see. So Jack, is student is not articulated, requires more guidance to deepen understanding. So, but I think school AI, it really has some real possibility for us in the future and for our students, and to give us an extra tool in our toolkit. So I'm really getting excited about it. We're just scratching the surface here today. So hopefully this will give you some ideas about things that you could do. School AI is open to you, so hopefully you'll take as is a Magic School. I see Magic School, like I said, more as a teacher assistant. School AI brings in that student ability. Remember to check the age. I think School AI, if I'm not mistaken, is 13. So it would only be for late elementary. The other thing I want to remind you is that if you are interacting and having students interact with School AI, it's really important that both our administrator, your school admin, and the parents of those students in that class are informed that AI is available to the students and that they're using it, that you're using it as a teaching tool in your classroom. So it is now 4:02, and we are run past today. It's a really exciting topic. So I am going to stop the recording. Hopefully we'll see you all again in 2 weeks' time for the next edition of Tech 20 Tuesday. I'll be around for a few minutes if you do want to ask any questions. That's all for today. See you later.